This is the kitchen looks like after a lot of cooking. And after that, the hardest part is you have to clean up all the mess. Although we have a helper, but I don't depend all the things to the helper, especially when it comes to cooking or when it comes to cleaning the kitchen. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and for today's video, I'll be sharing with you one thing that makes me busy almost all the day. Since I am married to a Pakistani, of course, kitchen is life for Pakistani women. Kitchen is one of the thing, or cooking is one of the thing that makes women in Pakistan busy. So today, since the guest is coming and out, or there is timings on our guest, it comes from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. And at 6:30 or 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. and then all the night there is no guests. So within the 2 hours, you have to cook the food that you need to eat. Today, first I boiled this okra, ladyfinger, or bindi as they called it here in Pakistan. I just boiled it because I'm the one who is going to eat it. They are not actually eating bindi, only my mother-in-law, but in a different kind of dish. It's a Pakistani dish. I'll be showing that next time on my video. So here, after boiling it, I drained or strained it, then let it cool. And obviously, I cannot finish it all. I will put some in the refrigerator, so whenever I want to eat, I can eat it anytime. So here I am. I'm still busy. These are the foods that I am going, or the salad that I am going to cook. So while cutting the other vegetable, I started to cook also the other salad or other vegetables or Pakistani vegetables. For the rice, I have here the rice cooker. It's very easy. I mean, you don't need to worry. Just turn it on. I just put the rice and turn it on. So here, after 15 minutes, I have the rice. While waiting for the other food to be cooked, I'm cutting this vegetable. This is actually sag as they called it, and most of their leafy vegetables. I don't know what's their idea, but I noticed that they always boil it before mixing it with other thing like meat or other vegetable. So because it is a Pakistani food, I have to follow the process on how they are cooking it. Get the exact taste that Pakistani dish or Pakistani food has. Nothing wrong with that, but it takes a lot of time actually. Since I am the one who is cooking, I do the process, but in a shorter time. Like for example, this sag. On my mother-in-law's way or on my in-law's way, they boiled it in a long time until the water gets lessened or until the sag is softened. For me, it doesn't necessary because you have to cook it again with other thing like other vegetable like aloo and meat or any kind of meat. So what I do, I boil the water first and then soak the sag for 1 minute, then strain it and let it cool. Then, if I am not going to cook it right away, put it in the storage plastic bag. Then, I place it in the freezer so that I can keep it for a long time. I am done boiling the sag, and here's my chicken adobo. This is a Filipino food. It's almost done as well. This is made of chicken, meat with potato. Here, I still have some vegetables to cook. This is a bengan or eggplant. So, I'm gonna cook 2 dishes for this eggplants. I will be cooking Filipino food and Pakistani food with these bengans. Since my chicken adobo is almost cooked, so I'll be adding the green chili. Planning to make adobong talong, as we call it, or eggplant adobo. But since I am running out of gas, so what I am going to do is I'll be mixing it with adobong talong. But since my family is not really fan of adobong talong or adobong eggplant, I'll gonna remove it once it's cooked. But wait, all these vegetables are washed before I cook. I am sure that by adding this eggplant or bengan won't change the taste of adobong manok. So how do I eat this boiled ladyfinger or bindi as they call it here in Pakistan? I just eat it like this. Normal. But most Filipino, they eat it with bagoong, with soy sauce, or with vinegar. But for me, because I'm not getting younger, and alhamdulillah, everything is still okay. So personally, I really want just as simple as this or natural taste. It has already its own taste. without salt, no need salt. It's the taste is really good. I mean, you don't need salt or whatever. Just the taste of this naturally is really nice. So this is my breakfast. My adobong chicken is now ready or cooked with bengan or eggplant. But as I said, I have to remove that because my kids, my husband, and my in-laws doesn't want this kind of talong or eggplant cooking. So I'll be the one to eat it. I have here the half of that eggplant. So I am going to cook, or I'll be cooking it in a Pakistani way or Pakistani dish. We're using one big tomato, one big onion, bengan or eggplant, green chilies, and the spices. These are the coriander seeds powder, salt, turmeric, and green chili powder, coriander leaves or dried coriander leaves, thyme, almond, coconut powder, and sesame seeds. This is a Hyderabadi Mengan, we will be also grinding the remaining ingredients. The tomato, the green chili, and don't need to fry it so much, or you don't need to fry the onion so much. This is more than enough. Remove it from the oil and then put it on the blender with the tomato and green chili and add these spices. Blend it all together. In the same cooking oil, let us fry the grinded sesame seeds, coconut powder, and almond until it becomes golden in color. Keep mixing it until it becomes golden or brown in color. Once it's like this, add all the remaining ingredients, add some water, and cover it. While simmering it for a few minutes, let us cut in half our eggplant or bengan to check if there is some worms or it's bad or there are lots of seeds. Should be like this, there is no much seeds. After a few minutes, let us check the gravy. So here it is. So let us add the eggplants. In low actually. Cover it and let it cook. Now it's cooked. To make it more tasty, you can add some tamarind powder or tamarind stoke or lemon. It's up to you. And